So last week here in New Hampshire, it snowed before Halloween. It was quite the wake-up call for all of us to realize winter is coming. And it also reminded me of some things that, for those who are not familiar with New England winters, should really look for in their home if they're thinking of moving to New Hampshire. So stay tuned. I will share some of those with you. Hi, my name is Jenn Baer with eXp Realty here in New Hampshire. I have lived in New Hampshire my entire life, so I've always dealt with the winters. And there are things that you learn over time that are almost essential to have in a property in New Hampshire winters. Now, right now with a lot of people leaving the urban areas and moving to the more rural, they might not realize some of these things, especially if you're looking for a house or if you bought your house in the summer or in the spring when you can't even know that these things are going to be important. So I understand some people are not liking snow. I actually don't mind it too much, but again, if you're somebody who is planning on moving to New Hampshire but you know you're not going to like the snow, definitely keep these things in mind. First one seems quite obvious, is a garage. You'd be surprised how many houses don't have them, but there is no comparison to coming out of your house and being able to just get into a car and leave without having to scrape it off all the snow and the ice that can accumulate on your car. Not only do you get wet, and it can be tiring, and if you're already dressed for work, that poses all those problems. But for me, it's the time it takes to scrape off your car. I never factor that in. I never realize how long it's going to take, and then I end up, being late for my appointments. So having a garage is, I think, the number one thing. Doesn't have to be attached, but that does help. And that brings us to number two. The second thing I think makes life a lot easier here in New Hampshire winters in your house is if you have a mudroom, because all the coats and the snow pants and the hats and the gloves, especially when the kids go out sledding, come in and you are soaking wet and you need someplace to hang them, everything to dry. And you don't want it to be in a high traffic area. So if you have a room or an area dedicated to that, you can also protect your floor from salt and the moisture by getting rubber backed rugs and boot trays and being able to keep everything separate. So that is definitely something that if you don't have in your house right now and it's coming up to winter, you're going to want to create that space because there's going to be a lot of those wet clothing coming in. And the third thing, this one you can't really change if you already have it, but if you are house hunting, is you're going to want to have a short level driveway. Those long, steep driveways might look nice in the summer, might, make you feel like you're secluded and off the road, but unfortunately, they can be really hard to plow, snow blow, or shovel. And you don't also want to have that dangerous icy conditions where you don't even realize it's slippery and then your car slides right into the road. Most of what I was talking about today was if you were searching for a house. But it's also important to keep these features in mind if you're listing your house at this time during the fall or winter, because these are the things that are going to be on the forefront of most people's minds. So if you're planning on selling your house and you have these features, definitely highlight them in your property description. People are, especially if they're going to go and see your house after it snowed, they can already come in and see, oh, there's no place to put my wet boots to take them off to tour the house. Or we can't even get up the driveway at this house. Which actually, when I was showing a house once in the middle of summer and we came across a steep driveway, we never even went in to see the house, as the people growing up in New Hampshire knew right away the problems that was going to pose and took it right off the list, and we never went inside. So if you have some of these features, list them in your listing description, or if you don't have a mudroom, create one, because like I said, this is when people are going to be thinking about this the most. So for any of you out there like me who might already own your home here in New Hampshire and you want to add an addition like a garage or a mudroom, feel free to contact me. I have a lot of connections with contractors and builders, so I can definitely send you in the right direction to get some estimates to have that garage built. Probably not enough time before winter this year, but maybe for next year. And if you need somebody to come and plow your driveway, also give me a call. I have a bunch of contacts for people who service New Hampshire and Massachusetts and a little bit of Maine for plowing driveways. So if you do have one of those long driveways and you absolutely do not want to shovel it or even be out there snow blowing it, just give me a ring and I will connect you. Also subscribe, comment, like. That all helps me get more recognition, so as I do these videos, they'll reach more people. Selling and helping people buy and sell real estate here in my home state is my passion. Take care.